This is amazing. We're out on a sunny day and I am just loving it. So today we're going to talk about riding a 1000cc bike in the city as your daily commuter. Yes, whoa, look at that guy. Wow, he just popped a wheelie. Maybe we'll pop some wheelies too. Let's see. But yeah, today we're going to talk about what does it. Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about, is it worth having a 1000cc bike as your daily rider, your daily commuter bike? And a lot of people have this misconception that a 1000cc sport bike is an aggressive, heavy bike that you cannot really use as your daily commute. But it cannot be far from the truth than this. What we're riding here is a Ducati Super Sport. Sorry, I haven't really got a chance to wipe it. But the Super Sport is close to 1000cc. It's actually 950cc, and I use it to commute everywhere. And I also use it on the track. I use it for everything I need, except for riding in the snow, of course. It cannot be, no bike can be a daily commuter in the snow, of course. But for every other day, even if it's raining, I don't mind going on my Super Sport. So what is it that you're looking for in a daily commuter bike that you can go like this in the city, you know, in traffic and all those kind of things? Number one, most important factor of all is your riding posture. How aggressive is the stance on your bike? That's gonna dictate how quickly you get tired on your bike and whether you can sustain in traffic. Because if your bike is too aggressive, a lot of the bikes are aggressive. I have a couple of those as well, like the BMW S1000, the Yamaha R1, the Aprilia RS V4, the Ducati V4. All of these bikes are 1000cc plus, but they're super aggressive. And that's the reason I don't use it as my daily commuter. You want a bike that has a less aggressive stance, like this one. This is my Super Sport. You cannot really see when I'm riding, but you'll be able to see when you see pictures of the bike or you see videos, like a third-person angle of the bike. You'll see that it's actually so forgiving. It's super forgiving. I can ride this bike for about, I don't know, maybe 4 hours straight without even feeling a pinch. And so that's the number one thing to look out for. Find a bike that doesn't look aggressive. Now you might say, oh, but if it doesn't have an aggressive stance, then it probably doesn't look cool, you know, it doesn't have all the fairings and all the things that a 1000cc sport bike has. You may think that you'll get more into like the Harleys and you know, the Baggers, but no. This bike, the Super Sport, a lot of people mistake my bike to be the Ducati Panigale V4. And it literally resembles, you have to really know your Ducatis to know the difference between a Panigale V4 and the Ducati Super Sport. In my case, the Super Sport S. S is nothing but a fancy way of charging you 5-6 grand extra for like a better looking shock absorber and better components, and that's what they say. But yeah, so an aggressive stance, no. And no compromise needed on the looks of the bike, unless you're a fan of like baggers and other kind of bikes. Of course, naked bikes. There are a bunch of naked bikes that are also good commuter bikes. I like my bikes to have fairings like that, and so I go for the Super Sport. Now, the second important thing, in my opinion, for a daily commuter bike is quick shifting and auto blip. Sometimes some people in different countries call it a quick shift, quick upshift and quick downshift. In the US, people like to refer to the upshift as a quick shift and a downshift as an auto blip. And what I mean by that, these are basically gear transmission systems that don't need holding the clutch like that. It may sound like a very trivial thing, but trust me guys, when I'm on the road, it's just amazing the difference that this can make. So basically when I'm going, like you see now I'm on 4th gear, I don't have to hold the clutch. I can go third, second, and then I can keep increasing my gears without actually engaging my clutch at all. And that's because my bike comes with something called the DQS, the Ducati quick shift system. It's not really the best quick shift system in my opinion. Like the Panigale V4s, the BMW S1000s, their transmissions, their auto blips and quick shifters are so solid you don't even feel a pinch. With the DQS, slightly cheaper honestly, this is a cheaper system. You feel it when you press the gear shifter. You'll feel a little, you know, it's kind of like when you have a bicycle with a gear. If you buy a cheaper bicycle with cheaper gear shifting, you'll feel it every time you shift gears. You'll feel like it'll be a little hard to do, whereas, you know, when it's a more solid, a slightly more expensive shifter, you'll actually feel the transmission shifting really smoothly. So, but that's you know, it's a good first world problem to have, honestly guys. I love it. It's just that I have to be mindful when I'm shifting down or up. Like for instance, when I'm shifting down on my Aprilia RSV4, I don't even have to worry about where my throttle is. Whereas on this, the DQS, it will not even let you downshift if your throttle is engaged. So basically, you have to completely disengage your throttle, bring it to 0, and while the bike is coasting, you can shift down. Whereas on an upshift, it behaves like any other bike. You can basically gun it. You can hit the throttle, and without even doing anything to your throttle, brake, clutch, you can just upshift, and it works solid. Honestly, on the track, I love this mechanism, because when you're on the track and you're going really fast, you're focusing on your corners, your apexes, there's one less thing to worry about, the clutch. And trust me, one less thing to worry about is really helpful when you're on the track, guys. So yeah, that's the second important thing. The third, for some of you, might be gas consumption, fuel consumption, mileage, whatever you'll want to call it in your own country words. It's, for me, I don't really worry so much about it, because where I live here in Utah, gas is kind of cheap. Like not like California, where gas is expensive. Even there, I don't know if I'll be worrying about it, because it's a motorcycle and I don't really ride it like crazy. I'll probably put a few thousand miles on it for sure every year, but I have multiple different bikes. I have a dirt bike, and you know, I kind of like to switch, and so I don't worry so much. But if gas consumption is a question you're having, you want to look for bikes that actually have different modes on them that let you switch from a really aggressive sport mode to a really calm and comfortable economy mode. So like on the Super Sport, it comes with 3 modes. Let's see if we can switch it on the fly. Yep, there you see on my dash, Sport, Touring and Urban. I like it to be on the Sport mode because it gives me a really good throttle response. It does behave like an aggressive 1000cc or liter bike, as they call it here. But you could switch to Urban or a balanced mode or whatever. Bikes come with a bunch of modes. You want to make sure you have those modes that will let you quickly switch, and you can do that on the fly on some bikes. Like on the Ducati Super Sport, I can switch between modes on the fly. So like when I'm like this in traffic, I'm anyways not engaging in an aggressive riding style, so I could switch it technically to an urban mode and it's going to be very forgiving. But those are probably the top 3 things that I look for, and that gives you sort of your whole end-to-end of a liter bike that can actually be a good daily commuter. Let me know, guys, what you'll think. Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to understand if any of you are doing any commuter riding, daily riding in the city, like especially in India, like where I'm from. We do a lot of daily commuting on a bike, and my first bike there was a Yamaha FZ16. There was really nothing aggressive about it, honestly, except for the looks. I used to love it, but it's not even close to a 1000cc bike. Let me know if you'll have a 1000cc bike or you're considering buying one, but you also use it a lot in the city. I'd like to know what else you guys look out for. But yeah, guys, like, share and subscribe to my videos because I like doing content like this more and more, and looking forward to engage with more content. See you guys.